Already mic testing, mic testing. Okay, perfect. Let me go to my main camera. Already we're live, and as you guys can tell by the thumbnail, today I'm going to be working on more Blender. Actually, today I'm going to be working with Blender. That said, it won't be more Blender because I do work with Blender once every week. I should have worked on it last stream, but I completely forgot about that, so I scrapped that idea. And today that I'm going to be working on is this stream. That's let's go to my gameplay screen. There we go. And guys, yeah, this is a brand new project. Cause let me go ahead and show you guys what was the project that I was working on for like a long time. I realized that my topology that was honestly kind of bad. So I'm gonna go to something like, let's say Blender meshes and open my female warrior Blender mesh. There we go. And I kind of substituted all the different components here as well, so you guys could see the difference. Not the head and all that. Let me just check if my stream is lagging when I move. Oh, it does lag. Let me go ahead and exit one of my blenders from here. I wonder if there are graphics. I wonder why is it lagging. Like my mouse doesn't lag. Let me go to something like file. Is there data preference? There we go. Refresh data block previews. Alright guys, I'll give it a quick little second. Automatically back resources and then clean up. Okay, well I guess I'm gonna be opening a new tab here. Let's go with something like a new window. Okay, in my new window, I'm gonna go ahead and open Claude. Because if you guys didn't know, I have been using Claude a lot these days. That's it. For some reason, it's trying to say that keep chatting with Claude. I just hit my limit. I don't even know why. Okay, that's it. Let me just go all the way here. I wonder if there's a way to decrease the graphics quality in Blender that's going to make the stream less laggier. I'm going to go to, let's say, a new chat. Okay, and then let's say something like, okay, let's go with something like, by any chance, is there a way to decrease the Blender graphics quality question mark, because it lags on my screen whenever I move around. Okay, I should have checked this off stream actually, but I did not. I completely forgot all about that stuff. That's it. Yo, hold, are you? Do you mean how are you? Honestly, I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? Who is that? I've been stream. Appreciate you joining the stream. How old are you? Honestly, I am like 18 years old. That's it. Let's go and send this. Oh wow, you're out of free messages until 3 p.m. Well, I guess it's almost 3 p.m. Give me a sec. Let me just wait for another minute. Okay, while a minute is passing by, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys all the different components. Oh my gosh, I can't even show you guys the different component. It does not lag on my Blender, but it lags on the stream for some reason. Like, you guys see the stream how glitchy it is? I wonder why does it lag that much. Okay, let me just... There we go, it's 3 p.m. Let me go ahead and send this now. Okay, you've hit the limit plan, guys. Isn't it literally 3? I should have saved my message. There, now let's send it. Okay, it does lag in my stream. I gotta fix that up. Okay, let's see. Dan, guys, what's wrong with Claude? Like, Claude never acted like this before. Okay, let's wait. Wait, did the chat send? Fine, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and copy that and use Gemini. I guess if Claude doesn't work, Gemini ought to do. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and paste that and send it. Okay, I'm pretty sure Gemini is gonna work. Yeah, I haven't been using Gemini for a while. Yeah, I hear you. There's nothing quite frustrating as trying to show off your 3D skills while your stream turns into a slideshow. Since Blender is a resource-hungry beast, we need to lighten the load on your GPU. I don't really use a GPU. My GPU is integrated. Let me say my GPU is integrated in my motherboard. Let's go with something like motherboard. Okay, should I say motherboard or like CPU? Yo, Harry Pixel, appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, having a GPU integrated means your graphics processor shares the same brains as your RAM as your CPU. When you stream, your computer is trying to run Blender 3D engine integrated GPU. Encode video for the stream integrated GPU or CPU run the actual operating system software CPU slash RAM. I see. Okay, the workbench. Most people use EV for their viewport, but EV, is that I pronounce it, is actually a heavy wheel title. For slow resolution viewport, you can tell Blender to render the viewport at a lower resolution than your actual screen. Lower the undo steps. Oh, I could do that. Edit preference steps. Okay, so I gotta go to edit preference and steps. Let's go with edit preference and steps. Do you guys see steps here somewhere? Maybe I can go ahead and increase the size. Steps. Because I remember I had like a lot of undos, this things like a lot of undo, whatchamacallit, preferences system, edit preferences system. So edit preferences system, there we go. Okay, do you guys see undo here? Because I have like a lot of undo settings, is that what we call it? Okay, I see none, I see CUDA, I see OPIX. Where's the undo? Let me go ahead and grab Gemini back up here. Change undo steps from 32 down to 15. Undo steps from 32 down to 15. Do you guys see undo steps or am I just blind? Fine, I guess let's go with something like interface. I don't see undo. Okay, in system, there should be an undo, right? Or is it just me? Is it like some... There we go. Oh my gosh, it was 18. There we go. Let's go with something like 12. Okay, there we go. And that should be good. And now let's go ahead and exit it. Let me go ahead and open this stream back and check. It still kind of lags though. I don't want it to lag at all. How do I do that? Let's go ahead and go back plot up here. Use the simplify global switch. This is the panic button for performance. Okay, in the render properties tab, so in the render properties tab, scroll down to simplify and check the box. Set max subdivision to 0, set texture limit to 128 or 256. I need this in my other window. This is a lot of information process. Okay, so I'm gonna go there. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to my render. Was it something like render settings? Okay, simplify global switch in the render properties tab. Okay, scroll down to simplify and check the box. How do I get a render properties tab? Is there edit preferences? Okay, and then in the render properties, do you guys see render properties? Because I don't really see it. Even though I decreased my undo steps to 12, it still doesn't seem to work much. Okay, I see rendering here. Although I highly doubt that's what I'm looking for. I see window here. I don't see render properties. Use the simplify global switch. Should it be somewhere in files and settings? The thing is, I don't even see settings. Like, oh my gosh, guys, I should have started the stream a while ago. The reason I'm actually searching on decreasing the option, making it a bit less laggy, is because it's gonna be awful to stream and it's really laggy when I move around in Blender. Okay, let's see. Maybe I'm gonna go to object mode. I think this is gonna make it very less laggy. It's still laggy, like what? Okay, well, I guess I think I got away. Hold up, guys. Let me go to something like edit preferences. I'm gonna go to something like undo settings in my systems. What happens if it's set to 0? It literally still lags. Like, it does not lag for me, but it lags for the stream for some reason. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna go to something like data. Okay, how do I make it less laggy? Window. And guys, yeah, I know these things should be done before I really start the stream. I just figured it out after I started the stream. Okay, well, I'm gonna go to preferences Well, again, and change that to 12. There. Okay, undo memory. Global undo to... Okay, how do you check what Claude is actually telling me? Set max subdivision to 0. Max subdivision to 0. Okay, I see display graphics card. Okay, I don't know what Vulkan is. I actually heard I was about to actually work on Vulkan rather than Unreal Engine, but many of you guys said Vulkan is really hard, so I added a community poll asking you guys if I should stick with SDL3, work with Unreal Engine, or move on to Vulkan. A lot, overwhelming number of you guys actually went with Unreal Engine, so I'm still kind of curious as to what Vulkan is. Okay, I see CUDA. Hmm. Okay, I see navigation, themes get extension. How do I make it less laggy? Okay, let's see. Use the simplify settings. In the render properties tab, I don't really see the render properties tab. This doesn't make much sense. Okay, let's remove that. I'm gonna go to something like render. Fine, I guess I'm gonna go with something like block interface render audio. Okay, what's making it lag? I think I actually know. Hold up, let me try something else. You guys saw the basic preview for this. I'm not gonna be, let's go with don't save. Okay, I'm gonna just open my Blender from here and let's see if a brand new project lags as well. It might be because that project has a lot of triangles in it. Literally everything lags, just Blender in general lags. How though? It doesn't lag for me, it just lags on my stream. Okay, I'm just checking at my phone real quick if I can actually let how bad the lag really is. Give me a sec, guys. Let me go a little back. Okay, let's go a bit more to the back. Alright, guys, give me a quick little second. Yeah, it does lag. I thought that it might just be my OBS. Let me really fact check that part. Okay, maybe I'm gonna go ahead and get Cloud here. Gemini here, and say something like, isn't there a way to decrease the graphics quality because it does not lag at all for me, but it lags on my screen. Now let's hit enter. This should maybe get some results, I guess. Okay, Blender feels smooth, but your stream is lagging. The problem is actually Blender's graphics quality. It's a resource war. What's happening? Okay, the window capture versus game capture rule. How are you showing Blender and OBS on your streaming software? Okay, which is basically OBS. Do not use display capture. Just focus on your computer to render your entire desktop, which is a massive resource hog. Use window capture. I use display capture. This is generally better for Blender. Try game capture, even though Blender isn't a game. Game capture is often more effective way for a PC to grab a window, okay, and send it to a stream. Capture viewport frame. Okay, well, I think I could try that. Blender will try to run the highest FPS possible. It takes 95% of your GPU. Okay, if it's set to unlimited, change it to this thing. Change the encoder. Okay, let me really try change the encoder if it says x26. Your CPU is doing the work. Okay, if your CPU is also busy with the Blender will lag. Okay, you know what? I think I got it. Let me try this, the display capture device. Let me just go up here. Bro, how do you have sunlight on your left? I guess because it's morning. I mean, it's not really morning, it's afternoon, but still. Okay, let me go all the way back here. Should I go to the, let's see. So I'm gonna open my OBS for the time being for my gameplay screen right here. Wait, which is my gameplay screen? Okay, there we go. I think it's this. So for the time being, my gameplay screen is my display capture device. Instead, I'm gonna go ahead and set it to, let's say, a window capture device. So capture window, there we go. I'm gonna go with something like window capture device for a Blender. I do not want this thing. Let's go ahead and add a window capture device again. I'm gonna name it something like window underscore capture underscore gameplay underscore screen. There we go. And then let's hit OK real quick. Now I'm gonna go ahead and select a window. In this case, what window do I want to go with? There's YouTube, there's Blender. That is my Blender's window. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of get the quality up here. Okay, and I'm just curious if you guys can actually see that on the screen right now as I'm doing it. Let's go with Shift. Okay, and all I gotta do is just get my webcam's properties above this, if that makes any sense. Wow. Alright, that's kind of annoying. I gotta make sure that this is put perfectly. Okay. Alright guys, give me a quick little second. Let me just go ahead and adjust that. Adjust from the top, adjust from the left, and adjust from the bottom. There we go. That should be good. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and set my authority of my webcam above everything. There we go. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get my window capture a little lower. Right there. Okay, now that's perfect. I'm gonna scroll in a little. And then I'm gonna go ahead and hide my display, this window. Whoa, there, I just want to go ahead and show my Blender screen, nothing else. Okay, I think that's not that half bad. This shouldn't lag, to be honest. Now, should it? There. Can I increase the zoom? There. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my gameplay screen. I did not really know about this thing. Hey, does it lag? Is that laggy? Or is it much better? Okay. Let's try the game capture as well. Let's go with something like game capture, or I'm gonna go with something with game underscore capture underscore screen. Let's go with gameplay screen. SCREN gameplay underscore. Okay, because I want to fix this lag real quick, because as soon as I fix the lag, it's gonna make it so much better. Capture a specific window. Window is gonna be, let's say, something like my Blender. Does it capture unsaved? Capture audio, video, hook rate recommended, and then RGBA color. Wait, did I select that to be Blender? Why is it not selecting it? Google, Gemini, Microsoft. Games are built on Chrome, cannot be captured using game capture. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and use Blender. Then let's hit OK. Well, I don't see anything in that, so I think I'm gonna leave it like this. Let's just go ahead and leave that. Well, I mean, I don't think it's as laggy. It's better than before, but it's still so laggy. Yeah, it's very, very laggy. Maybe for the time being, I'm gonna go ahead and hide that up. How do they have some kind of difference? Is it kind of shrunk? Is my main gameplay screen a little bit shrunk there? Okay. Oh, I think I see. I'm gonna go here. Okay, let's go there and decrease the size in there. Then I'm gonna go with something like shift. There. How does this happen? Space. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get that there. Then let's get that there. You guys see the difference that I'm talking about? I mean, it's not really that as visible, but it's fine. Okay, now compare the lag of this to the lag of this. Clearly much better, right? So I'll just use that. It's so tedious to actually do this on stream. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get Gemini back up here. And of course, when I get Gemini up here, I gotta go ahead and make that visible. That shows my entire window. I hope it does. Okay, let's say something like, let's say the window capture device made the stream lag a bit better, but its Still kind of lacking. Any other way? Question mark. Okay, let's see if there's any other way. So, okay, we're getting somewhere. Window capture helps. It provides your integrated GPU. It Okay, it proves your integrated GPU struggling to copy frame from Blender over the streaming software. Since you share one brain cell, okay, disable preview in OBS. This is huge one for integrated graphics. The problem, your computer is renting Blender once for you and then rendering it second time inside OBS's preview. The fix, right click in a blank area in middle of OBS. Okay, well I guess let's right click in a blank area. Where's a blank area? Okay, in the black area, what is the black area? I mean, it really depends. And then it says enable preview. Okay, result, you won't see your stream on your screen, but it frees up massive amount of GPU power for the actual. Force Blender to low power mode. Okay, so, and uncheck. Oh wow, I can't see my preview. What? Preview projector. Screen output. Okay, we're going to go there. Wait, did that do something? I can't see my stream on my OBS anymore. Maybe I'm gonna go here. Wow, no way that actually did a lot. Did it? Okay, I have almost no way to know how much it helped, but I think it did help because it's still have a very good stream on. Okay, and then, and guys, in case I'm not actually focusing on the chats right now, it's because I'm kind of looking at this. Okay, let's see the next step. Let's grab Claude back up here, or Gemini. Then I'm gonna go ahead and enable that. Okay, well, force Blender to low power mode, edit preference interface. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this in the other window. Okay, and then let's go with, let's see, so optimize default. What up guys, let me just go all the way down here. Okay, there we go. So I gotta go ahead and click edit. I gotta go ahead and click preference. I gotta go ahead and click interface, which should be right here. And then if it's on a high number, drop it down to 30. Excuse me guys, what's in a high number? Okay, resolution settings. This makes UI. Under display, find refresh rate. So under display, find refresh rates. I don't really see a refresh rate under my display. All I see is this. That, wow. Oh wow, I actually did not know we could do this. Oh well, I'm going to change that back to the regular size. There. Okay, under display, I don't see refresh rate under display. Okay, so if it's on a high number, make it less snappy for you, but stops from hogging the GPU. Lower your stream bitrate. If you integrated GPUs, this video encoder is overwhelmed. It can't keep up with the high quality. Go to OBS output. Change your bitrate to 2500 to 3000 kbps. Change the encoder to ultra fast if using x26 speed. If using hardware, I see. No, the stream might look a little blurrier during faster movements, but lag slash stuttering should disappear. Okay, turn off Windows game mode or turn it on. Simplify the Blender's UI if the windows you have opened in Blender Outliner Properties timeline. Okay, the more the GPU has to draw, try to close extra panels. I mean, these panels aren't necessary, so I'm not really going to close it. Although I will be trying something. Let me try decrease the bitrate. I wonder if I can do it while the stream is on right now. I'm going to go to something like output. In the output, this is set to 10,000. I'm going to go with something like 5,000. Yeah, I don't want to decrease it too much. Can't be having this thing be too blurry. You know what, 6,000 is good. Okay, and then my profile is set to high, keyframe is set to 2. I'm gonna hit apply and then okay. Let's enable preview real quick just to see if the stream is still lagging. Okay, wait, do I gotta refresh something now that I've turned it on? Let's see. I want to learn C++ for game development. Any suggestions? Like, I'm already self-learning C++ from Broco. That's actually one of the best starts, I'd say. But if you're actually self-learning, I would recommend you to actually work on more practice questions and all that stuff. If you do want a roadmap for like the absolute beginners, make sure to DM me on my Discord server. That's where I actually do send you guys my roadmap. If that makes any sense. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go a little back to check if the stream was actually lagging up there. Okay, once I exit that, I kind of move. How is it still lagging? This doesn't make any sense. Like, even though I don't use, like, it shouldn't lag this much, even though I'm not using like an integrated graphics card. Okay, let's go with something like enable preview is going to be disabled now. This should fix the lag at least a little, which it absolutely does not. This doesn't make any sense. Wait, let me go to my main camera. Hold up, guys. Let me just check if something works here. Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to see if my bitrate actually messed with my stream. Is it a little blurry? Okay. Exclamation specs. Oh, that's actually a brilliant idea. I might really add a command for exclamation specs in a minute if you guys do ask for my specs. Where I'm using, my CPU is, I used to think it was actually i9, never mind, it's actually i5, and my graphics card is like integrated inside of my MSIS motherboard. I have 22 GB, actually 32 GB RAM with, I forgot what else, I think like 458 GB storage, if that makes any sense. Speaking of storage, I want to start working with like my Blender. It does not really lag for me. Where it really does lag is in the streams. That wouldn't make it. Okay, how can I decrease something? Let me grab plot here again, then extend the size and say something like, um, it's still laggy, although let's go all the way up here and say something like, wait, I want to scroll all the way down here first. Okay, I'm gonna say that I don't see the options. Okay, so under Blender preferences, I can't find refresh rate, although I could not see refresh rate under display in my Blender. Okay, and then let's go ahead and send it. The only thing I could actually do is decrease my settings. I don't really know why it's laggy. Got it. If you don't see refresh rate under the display, you're likely on a version of Blender where the specific UI is tucked away or handled by your operating system since window capture helps. But it's still laggy. You need to stop the tug of war between Blender and your stream on an integrated GPU. They're fighting for the same exact thing, slice of video memory. Okay, try these three nuclear options for the stream. Number 1, Task Manager. Prioritize big ones. Open Blender. Press Ctrl Shift Escape to open Task Manager. Go to Details tab. OBS.exe. Set priority to high. Right click Blender.exe. Set priority to below normal. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna go with something like Task Manager. Task Manager. Okay, so firstly, I'm gonna go to something like OBS. Give me a sec, guys. There we go. So go to OBS. Okay, and then I gotta go ahead and find. Should I right click or something? What? Okay, resource values. Not resource values. Right click OBS 64.exe. I don't see that. Can I look for something? I'm gonna go with OBS. Okay, that is 64. I don't really see the OBS. Set priorities. Can I just set priority from here? Go to details. Oh, there we go. And then set priority to high. Okay, change priority. Now my OBS's priority is set to high. Next up, I'm going to go to Blender. Let's go BLENDER. I'm going to right click. I'm going to set priority to below normal. Okay, now let's go ahead and escape this. Let's see if it lags again. Why this works, it forces your CPU to finish sending the video on to your viewers before it spends energy drawing anything. Disable OBS preview, GPU saver. Okay, disable OBS preview. OBS right click black screen, uncheck, okay. Shift the load to system RAM since your CPU is integrated. It uses RAM as video RAM. In Blender, go to Edit Preference System. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab Blender first. Let's just check if that did something. Should I restart my stream and check if it really worked? I might really do that because I just refreshed everything. Okay, but first I'm gonna test everything here. Okay, so let's scroll all the way down here. Guys, this was not supposed to be a fixing your stream live stream. Okay, so I'm gonna go to something like edit. I'm gonna go to something like preference, and then I'm gonna go to systems. Now in system, under memory and limits. Okay, I see memory and limits. Find undo steps and lower to 10. I already had that no, but okay. Okay, video sequencer if visible. Excuse me guys, lower the memory cache limit. Undo memory. Is that memory cache? That is memory limit. Memory cache limit. Whoa, that is a lot. Wait, to how much? Okay, prevents Blender from hogging all the RAM that the stream needs to process frames. Oh, okay, so I guess the lower the better. And then proxy setup. Use the viewport shading trick. Okay, I guess that's pretty much it for this. So let me just go ahead and grab OBS to check if it kind of worked or not. How this is still lagging. Okay, I gotta refresh my OBS. Give me a sec. Wait, let me just try the next step too. Gonna do all the magical steps in this refresh the stream. Okay, use the viewport shading trick if you're moving around and it's lagging in the stream. Click the down arrow next to the viewport shading circle. Viewport shading circle, what's that? Top right. So viewport shading circle, is that the viewport? There we go. Okay. Under lightning, select flat. So under lightning, I don't see lightning. Okay, viewport shading. Wait, what's that? Is that considered viewport? Nope. Under lightning, select flat. So that is my viewport shading. It was no that. Okay, that is literally shading overlays. So I'm gonna open that up. Select flat. Do you guys see flat? Well, I clearly don't. Viewport. Turn off shadows and cavity. Result, it looks like a gray 90s video game, but it's the lightest possible way for your motherboard to draw 3D. Okay, well, I'm not going to be going that deep because I want it to look good in the stream as well. And speaking of which, I want to actually go ahead and increase my gain as well. But first, I'm going to refresh OBS. Give me a second, guys. Let me refresh it. Already mic testing. Okay, let me go to my gameplay screen. There we go. Did that fix it? I'd say it's much better. That said, yeah, Howdy Pixels, appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, well, we can't relying already. I have not, but I will definitely try it in my next mini series. Let's see. Okay, I'm trying to go ahead and get my should I say not proportions, my stream to be less laggy when I use Blender. For some reason, it does not work. It's not going as planned. Isn't there an actual way? Because if not, then I might actually need to get a CPU. One last check. In OBS, go to settings, output in the encoder, set quick if it's set to x26, your CPU is probably hitting 100 and it's causing the lag. It's not set to x26, so I think I'll be good. You know what? I think it's good. Let's go over the stream now. I spent like, how long? I gotta check that real quick. 34 minutes. Alright, I'll come back next stream to check if I've tried relying. Honestly, I'll get you next stream in that case. Yo, hiding Longster, appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, now let's go with something like AX, and then I'm gonna go ahead and exit that stream. I'm gonna go ahead and disable preview here as well. Okay, let me know if my Blender is lagging way more than before, or like slightly lesser now, or slightly yeah, I think lesser is the correct word. Speaking of which, firstly, I'm gonna go ahead and go all the way, let's say in this preview. There we go, in my positive x-axis. And now, if you guys were here for my last streams, you guys would have known that or my last Blender stream, or last stream in general, because last stream I did work a little with Blender as well. You guys would have known that I was working on, let's say, female Blender mesh, but I could not really complete that, probably because my topology was wrong. I had a lot of triangles and all that stuff. Although I went up ahead and I asked, let's go with Shift A. Okay, let's go to something like image, and let's go with reference image. I went up and asked Claude, ChatGPT, and Gemini to create different, let's say, reference images so I could use here. But these are, unlike my previous reference image that had armor and everything, this is much simpler. So if I were to go to something like desktop and I were to scroll down to, let's say, my Blender items, Blender reference images, I have a bunch of Blender reference images here. Why can't you guys see it? So I have side and front male face. I have side and front, I have less detailed male anatomy. I could just go ahead and open all of those. Let me open it here real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my desktop. I'm gonna go to something like Blender items. Nope, I meant to Blender items, not banner items. There, so these are basically the references that I was actually talking about. Let me just zoom in a little so you guys can see it all. Maybe a little. I think that's the max zoom limit. So basically, I have an anime body reference image. So this is a reference image without any kind of clothes or anything, so that doesn't get in the way. And then I have one for male as well. This is a bit more detailed if I wanted to like work on different muscles in the actual anatomy to understand how the male body works. But I won't be starting with that. Same goes with the female one. This is much simpler model and all that stuff. If I were to go here, this is a much simpler male model as well. And I have basic faces. This is the, was this the female face? I forgot. Yeah, I think that was the female and this is the male face. You guys can see it by the eyebrows. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm going to be working on these. Okay, although before what I did use was this model. So using this as a reference was kind of a bad move because this has a lot of, let's say, items to it, or a lot of, let's say, accessories, weapons, and should I say, clothes on it. That's what made it a little harder to really model this stuff, but I'm gonna try it without that this time. And unlike previously, this time I'm going to be working with, let's say, a male model because I want to learn. Actually, you know what? Now, mind, before I really work with male model, I want to go ahead and master the female one because I already started that before. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Shift A. I'm going to go with something like image. And guys, don't worry, the reference that I worked on last stream, the female warrior one, for that, I'm done with the body. All I need is to make different kind of clothes and all that. This is to get in a habit of good topology and good triangles and like maintaining everything that I do correctly rather than just blindly, let's say, doing whatever I think looks correct. Okay, so I'm gonna go with something like side and front female face. Okay, wait, hold up, guys. So side and front male face reference, less detailed female body reference image PNG. I think it's this. There we go. So this is the reference here. Now I have it in one direction, guys. Hold up, guys. I think there's like a background noise real quick. Already mic testing. Guys, ignore the background noise if you guys can hear any. That said, what are your specs, guys? I've been saying told you guys my specs so many times that I don't like feel like saying it anymore because it's hard to like remember them. That said, after the stream, I'm gonna be having a a chat shortcut where if you guys have exclamation specs, you guys can get access to my specs. That said, hi doing Sir Goyam Monte. Is that pronounced your name? I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, speaking of which, now let's go to y-axis. I'm gonna be adding my side preview here, so I'm gonna maybe go to my x-axis again. I'm gonna hit S to scale it, and then I'm gonna go with G Y to move it a bit towards the right. Okay, I want to kind of get it to my pivot point. Let's go with GY. I want to get it a bit to the center. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with something like GZ. Get this all the way up till my, let's say, legs. There. I want the center cursor to be in the center of my actual mesh. Now let's go to, let's say, the y-axis. Y-axis is going to be in charge of my back. So I'm going to go with Shift A. I'm going to go with something like reference image. I want to load my female body reference image here. There we go. And then I'm going to, as usual, shrink the size a little. This time I want it to be the back preview, so I'm gonna go with something like GX and move it right here. and then I'm gonna go with GZ, get this a little higher, just so I have it right in the center, or approximately in the center. And then I'm gonna go to, let's say, the negative x-axis. Regular x-axis, negative x-axis. What is in the y-axis? Interesting. Okay, I think I got my x-axis in check. No, I really didn't. I'm gonna go with something like Shift A again. Let's go with Shift. Actually, Control. No, it's Shift A. I'm gonna go with image reference. Let's add another reference. There we go. Now this reference is gonna be. I'm gonna hit Control S. What if I went with negative y-axis? I think negative x-axis is the best one here. Okay, what if I increase the size a lot? Maybe decrease it. And then I might go with something like GX and get myself in front there. And then I'm gonna hit S. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with GZ, get myself a little higher. And then I'm gonna go with something like GY to get myself in this preview. There, it's not too bad, it's not too good, it's pretty decent. Whoa, they're stuck together. I gotta fix this real quick. I'm gonna go with something like GY, move myself a bit to the side. Oh, wait a minute, how did this end up being so clumpy? Wait, I might need to delete them all. There is no way that ended up being that clumpy. Okay, I'm gonna go with Shift A. Let me think this real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and add an image. It's gonna be, maybe because it's not a background image and it's a reference image. Let's try adding a background image. Let's go with A. Background or reference? Background or reference? I think a background one would be better. Okay, female body reference image. There we go. That is a background image now. That is what I'm looking for. Let's hit S to scale, and then GZ to go higher. There we go. Okay, it had to be a background, not reference. Now if I go to y-axis, the background is going to disappear while I add another background for, let's say, the other side. It's so hard. I wish I could just copy the image here. Well, maybe I actually can. I'm going to go with something like A, and then let's go with Shift D. Okay, and then I'm going to go with something like R. Z, let's say 90. Nope, I meant 90. There, now if I were to go to my y-axis, I should be able to see another pH. Then negative x-axis, there we go. Okay, now this other reference image, I'm gonna go with something like GX. Move it in the x-axis. It is gonna be in charge of my side preview where my cursor is gonna be right above my leg. All the way there. And lastly, I'm gonna go ahead and copy this as well. Let's go with something like Shift D. Let me name this. I'm gonna go with something like double click. I'm gonna call this something like front preview, or let's go with something like background. Maybe I'm gonna go with front body background. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. I'm gonna go ahead and paste that here. Just change the front to be something like back. Okay, and then let's go with something like Shift D. Gonna go ahead and copy it. And then I'm gonna go with something like RZ90. Now if I were to go to the negative x-axis, I have access to this as well. Okay, wait. Okay, I'm gonna go with x-axis. That is the center part. Y-axis is the side part. Right there. Okay, x-axis center part, y-axis side part. And the negative x-axis is going to be my other center part. Or my back part, my bad. I'm gonna get it right here. There. Would that be better? I think that would be better. Okay, yo, howdy Pixels, appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, how do you see your name? I was wondering as well. Honestly, my name is pronounced as Vivek. It's like the most basic name. There we go. And then I'm gonna go ahead and paste this here as well while calling this something like a back body background. Back body background. There's no way. Oh my god. Let's go to my gameplay screen. You guys didn't tell me that I was. You guys didn't even tell me that I wasn't on my gameplay screen. God, that's annoying. It's fine though. Okay, so basically what I did was this is my x-axis, that is my y-axis, and that is my negative x-axis, front, side, and back previews. Okay, we cannot see the window. There we go. Okay, I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, let's go all the way up here. I'm gonna start up with x-axis. There, now in my x-axis, firstly, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is go to my opacity. Can I see a visibility here? Okay, do you guys see opacity somewhere? OPA. There we go. I'm gonna check my opacity and decrease it a little. There, that's good. Because lesser opacity, so let me just copy the number and then go right there. Enable my opacity here. Paste that number, go right there, enable my opacity, paste this. Because if the image is a bit, let's say, dull, then it makes it much easier to model. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm going to start with the front preview though. Now, to begin with the front preview, what is the first thing that I might need? First thing that I could need is I want to go with the very basics. So, usually what I do is that I go with a plane. I go with a cube. I could potentially go with a cube here as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and make my torso, not my legs really. Thing is, I don't want to mess this up. Let's try with a plane. I always go with a cube. I'm gonna go with something like Shift A. There, that's done. Can I add a collection? New collection. This is gonna be background. Oh yeah, okay, this is gonna be good. That is going to be background underscore collection collection. Where I'm going to drop this there. I'm going to drop that there. And I'm going to drop that there. If I hide my background collection, all my background hides. That's good. And my second collection is going to be called my my body underscore mesh underscore collection. Okay, so this is my body mesh collection. No clothes whatsoever comes here. Later I can use it as a mannequin if that makes any sense. Okay, that's it. Let's go. Okay, Viv, have a great day. I appreciate the stream. Honestly, I appreciate you, Sirigo. I think I'll call you that because it's so hard to pronounce the entire name because I'm awful at name pronunciations. That's it. I'll catch you next stream. Okay, speaking of which, now let's go with Shift A. And guys, today's stream, it was supposed to be much better. I was supposed to have much more progress in this stream. I don't really know what happened. I wanted to make this stream less blurry or less laggy. Let's go to edit mode. I'm gonna hit A, and let's say I'm gonna go ahead and delete 3 of the 4 vertices. Let's go back to the x-axis. If I were to hit G, can you guys see a vertices move on my window? I surely cannot. There, I can now. G, there we go. Okay, so I know that using vertices is not a recommended way because I don't really know what the recommended way is. But I'm going to try it this way. I'm going to go with G and start all the way up from here. And yeah, just to save time, I'm going to be using a mirror modifier because there's no way I'm manually drawing this. Let's go with... I'll name it later. I'm going to remove the opacity. I'm going to go to the wrench icon and type modifier. I want to add a mirror modifier. I want to mirror it in the y-axis, not the x-axis. I want to enable that so both are selected. Okay. Now I want to just select that one. G, go a little back. I wish I could individually select them all using mirror modifier. I think not. It's fine. I'll just go with something like G. And then let's go with something like E to extrude, E to extrude, E to extrude. I'm gonna go ahead and extrude it, just trace the line. I know this is not a recommended way. I'm just trying to see where it gets me. Okay, because if I use a subdivision modifier, once it looks a little bricked and all that, that might really work as well. Okay, because with a cube, I do the same exact thing. The thing with me is I usually overcomplicate it. That's what even Claude and the other AI said. I should try to not overcomplicate it. Okay, and using a plane gets as less overcomplicated as it gets. Okay, should I go ahead and add my... Okay, from there. I just said that I'm not gonna overcomplicate it. Pretty sure that comes later. Okay, I see. Alright guys, I was just visualizing what I was gonna do. Now I'm gonna hit E to extrude. Right there, E to extrude right there, and then I'm gonna hit E to extrude halfway here, halfway there, and halfway there, going all the way there, pretending that I can see the imaginary line. There. Wait, is it lagging in the stream? Okay, it does not lag that bad, that's good. It still lags, but it's not as bad. Okay, let's get that there. Guys, I had like high hopes for this stream too. I mean, I won't say the hopes are going down the drain or something. I mean, it might, because I can't really stream for as long because I got an exam tomorrow. I know I'll be saying I have an exam literally every single day, but I thought the exam was about to be next week. I was highly mistaken. It's not next week, it's this week. Okay, I should have checked my course schedule before. Okay, and then let's go with E. I mean, next week on this Monday, I do have on this upcoming Monday, I do have another exam, but I have one tomorrow. Okay. Bro, I want to learn coding. I don't know how. Do you have any tips? Honestly, I do have like a lot. Depends. Do you want to work with Python or C++? Because those are the two programming languages that I've worked with so far. I'd say if you want to have fun while programming, definitely use Python because Python is very easy. But on the other hand, if you want to program to get a lot of control and game development, you can move on to like C++. You can like join my Discord server and mention me there. I can like DM you the roadmap and all that stuff. Goodbye, it's a great stream. I come back. Honestly, I appreciate the secret stream, Pixel. Like, it's your next stream. Today's stream was kind of disappointing, honestly. Like, I spent 51 minutes and I just started the stream because I wanted to get my lag. Like, I wanted my stream to not lag like how it does. My stream lags, but my actual Blender does not. It's probably because of not having a GPU. Okay, let's just go ahead and get that there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get that there. Let's go up there. And there. There we go. Okay, so that's a pretty good structure. Okay, and then this is my neck. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and merge them. Let's go with M at center. Okay, now here's the thing. Whoa. Let's come back here. Why does... Hold up. Why does this look a little more less flat than that? Maybe I'm gonna go ahead and hit G, get that a little higher. There, that's much better. There we go. Okay, that is not bad. There. Okay, that's much better. Once I'm done with that, I'm gonna hit AF. I'm gonna fill everything. Now that I've filled everything, I'm gonna go to, let's say, my y-axis, which is gonna be there. Oh wow, my y-axis can't really... My mesh is way too far. Okay, hold up. How do I get my mesh here then? How do I centralize this? Okay, how to centralize my mouse cursor in Blender. Actually on Blender. Okay, so Shift C. So I gotta go here, viewport cursor to origin, 3D header. Shift C. Shift C. Oh, no. 3D view header. Navigate the view menu. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and navigate the view menu. And then view cursor to origin. cursor to origin. Align view. No, I meant my mesh. My mesh is too much to the right. Hey, that actually does kind of make sense. I should have thought that through. I'm gonna go with H to hide. And then I can go ahead and have some access or get access to, let's say, my backgrounds. So I'm gonna hit G, Y. Oh wait, not back. It's just back of front. Oh god. Fine, I'm gonna go with A. You know, I think the way it works is if my plane is not really there, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete my plane. Now my background should be able to move nicely. G and Y, there we go. Okay, and then my other background and other background. Wait, you can't tell me that's it. Fine, let's give it a quick little try. I'm gonna go with Shift A. I'm gonna go ahead and add a plane. I'm gonna go with something like R. RY 90. That's one side. I don't have negative Y, I have positive Y. There we go. Okay, so wait, I have X, I have Y, I have... That is X again. Okay, so I gotta go to my back preview. Back preview, and then I'm gonna delete this real quick. Okay, back preview, then no, mesh. Oh, okay, I'm gonna delete my back preview real quick then. Okay, let's go ahead and delete it, and then I see back body, background. Okay, so I see X, I see... Yeah, I see X and I see Y. They don't really change meshes. I'm gonna go with Shift A. I'm gonna go ahead and add a plane. I'm gonna hit something like RY 90. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to the X-axis. So X, and then I'm gonna hit S to scale, or SY to just scale it in the Y-axis. I just want to test something, and then GZ, get it higher. And then I'm gonna hit E, X, no, I mean E, fine, I'm gonna go to tab, E to extrude. There, I gave it some kind of structure now. That is one. Y-axis is to the side, so Y-axis should be a bit more to the right. X's center is not Y's center. Okay, it's getting too tedious, so I'm just gonna delete that. Okay, that is X's center. I'm not really gonna move anything much. All I'm gonna do is hit A, X, delete. Hit A, right click, delete vertices. I'm gonna select this. I'm gonna go with Shift D. I'm gonna go with something like R. Let's say R to rotate. I still have this plane. Shift D. Okay, and then I'm gonna hit R. Z. 90. Not gonna move anything much. All I want to do is change the position. G, X. Not gonna move it too much, just this part moves and gets to the center. There we go. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add another, let's say, Shift D, R, Z, 90. Let's go to the negative x-axis. And now I'm gonna go ahead and select. I'm gonna go with something like G, Y, and get this in the correct position. Okay, now I'm positive that's correct. This is front, this is side. Let's go ahead and name it to be something like side. Okay, and I'm gonna fact check this as well. I'm gonna go ahead and name this to something like a back. Oh, since when did this become so tedious to do? Go with Shift A, Mesh, Plane, R, Y, 90. Then I'm gonna go to the X-axis. Gonna hit SY, and then I'm gonna go to Tab. Gonna hit E to extrude. Gonna go to Y-axis. That is correct. That is correct. Gonna go to negative X-axis. That is correct. X-axis, Y-axis, negative X-axis. Finally, it's correct. That was so tedious. Okay, I guess once I'm done with that, I can just go ahead and grab it and delete it from here. Delete it from here. And then let's go with Shift A. I'm gonna go ahead and load in a mesh, a plane. For my plane, I'm gonna hit Tab. I'm gonna go ahead and delete those. Right click, delete. No, I didn't. Okay, and then I'm gonna right click and delete vertices again. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to the, let's say, X-axis. Now let's say G. Can I see the plane? I can see the plane here. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab it here. I'm gonna hit G again. Get it somewhere around here. There, that's better. Nope, didn't want it controlled. Okay, I'm gonna go with G, go all the way up here. And this is, I'm gonna name this later on called mannequin because this looks more like a mannequin now. Or I want this to be a mannequin in general because I'm just gonna be slapping clothes on top of these models from now on once I get one perfect model. Okay, because it's so tedious to make models every single time. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and structurize this arm. Okay. And then let's go with E to extrude. I'm gonna be as detailed as I can in this place. Okay, now this is the part where you gotta imbatch it. Nope, that was awful imagination. There we go. I was trying to keep the perfect curves here. There, let's go with G. And then I'm gonna go with G again. I'm gonna go with G again. Okay, this already feels much better because this model is really simple compared to the other models. Okay, and then let's go all the way up there. Now I'm gonna go with E to extrude, E to extrude, E to extrude again, E to extrude, E to extrude, extrude, extrude. Then let's extrude a little more, some more, I think right here, and then E to extrude, E to extrude, E to extrude, E to extrude, E to extrude. Okay, let's go all the way up there, and then let's go there. Let's go there, 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 there. There we go. Okay, now from here, I'm gonna go with E to extrude. E to extrude, there is a small little curve here, which means it goes something like this, like that, like that. No, that was a bit too much. It goes like that, like that, like that. I just don't want to make it look sharp, like how I did here. There. And then E to extrude, E to extrude, E to extrude. Are the arms at the perfect angle? I think they are. And I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go ahead and keep on extruding all these. Let's extrude it from here as well. There we go. And later, once I add a subdivision modifier, it's gonna fix half these things here. And you guys didn't even tell me I gotta decrease the gain of my stream. Hold up. I'm gonna go to something like my webcam and then go to properties, go to configure video, and let me know these things, guys, without you guys telling me how do I actually do these. What? Default. Gain's usually at 100. This is the lowest gain, you're kidding me. How's it? There, contrast. Nope. Fine, I guess I'm gonna add some backlight, white balance, sharpness, saturation. They're much better. Is it just so sunny outside or something? A hot day, I guess. Okay, I fixed the camera as much as I could. It's so sunny. I blame the sun, guys. Okay. And now I'm gonna go with something like E to extrude, E to extrude. And then M at center. Okay, now I'm gonna go with A, F, there. Now if I were to go to the y-axis, how did it just get there? Literally. X, Y, A, G, X, there. I should be moving, oh, there we go. I had to position it correctly. It was all about the positioning all along, guys. Okay, so basically what I'm gonna go ahead and do from here is that you can add the curve later. I'm gonna go with E to extrude. Should I really extrude it like that? I'm gonna go to the x-axis. I don't think that I should extrude it like that. Add the curve. This is very plain. Okay, I guess using a cube was the way to do it. Without a cube, it wouldn't really work. Okay, I mean, I guess I'm gonna go out and try it with a cube next stream or next whenever I use Blender. I really want to do it next stream, but then I'll see whenever I'm actually having a Blender stream type stuff, because I did got a stream for my exam tomorrow, so I might really end the stream really quick today. I'm gonna make sure I hit Control S to save the code. Fine. I'm gonna go ahead and go to my, let's say, Blender meshes. Let's see, do you guys see Blender meshes here? I see Blender meshes. I do not see Blender meshes, guys. Am I going blind? Oh, it's all the way up here. I'm gonna save it as, let's say, female mannequin. Female MANICANE. How do you spell mannequin? How to spell mannequin? Not machine, mannequin, like a body. Okay, MAICANE. So MAICANE. There we go. And then let's say that I'm going to be working on this next stream as well, because this stream I do gotta go. Okay, although I didn't really do as much. Let me go to my main camera. Alright guys, so basically that's pretty much it for the stream. I spent 30 minutes of the stream trying to fix the stream lag, but apparently it is definitely good. It's definitely like the graphics card, because for now my integrated graphics card is really trying to process my stream and my Blender at the same time. But I'm going to be looking stuff how to actually decrease the load on my let's say CPU for now. That said, if you guys did enjoy the stream, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, which I highly doubt you guys did today, because today only progress I really made was literally no progress. That said, I will eventually start multi-streaming again once I actually, get another graphics card, because for the time being, the reason my multi-stream was blurry as well, because for now my CPU is technically carrying all the load of my streams and everything. That said, the link is going to be in the description in case you guys do want to follow me. The link is going to be, let's say, in my bio, or if you guys have exclamation social on chat, make sure to join my Discord server as well, though that's where I usually talk to you guys, chat with you guys, have a conversation. Link is going to be in the description, it's going to be in my bios, or you guys can get access to my Discord server by tapping exclamation Discord. That said, I'll catch you guys next time for more video. Peace.